This fire pushed multiple people out of their homes, some of whom had mental and physical disabilities. The Winnebago County Health Department says progress needs to be made to help those people in emergency situations. Winnebago County Health Department launches the RIDE database. The registry for individuals with disabilities will help emergency services better plan for their response for those who may need additional support, such as electronic medical equipment, oxygen, animal support, and more. The registry can be filled out online or by phone.
People are hesitant sometimes to share that information. First of all, they live with it every day. They are resilient individuals, and they, really most of the time don't need assistance. But during an emergency, we need to plan for that.